Hello everyone and welcome for another video of Love and Wargames, and today is the day we've been waiting for a while. It's our first battle report for Armoured Clash 2,000 points battle report. It's not the first time we play. We made a little discovery discovery battle report at 1,200 points and it was very fun. Now we know how to play because we made a lot of mistakes in the first, more or less. Because the first time we made a lot of mistakes, but of course I need to start to learn the game. It's very fluid. We'll make a debriefing at the end, of course, as you know, and here we'll talk more about the game system and everything. But first, as you can see, we have a beautiful table with a lot of terrain from different makers and everything. We hope that you enjoy. We really try to make as beautiful a table as we could. And we have a special scenario here where I am joined today by
Zongo, hello everyone.
And Zongo, what do you bring today? Which is your army that you chose for this game?
I'm playing the Crown.
Okay,
of course.
Of course, we will see in detail the list before we deploy. We'll try to make it a little bit didactic, this one. Even though 2,000 points, we will skip some dice roll because we really would like to go as much to the end as we can. Unlike Dystopian Wars, it's disputed all the way until the end and much more. And thus we will try to make as many turns as we can. On my side, I'm playing Union, which I love the design of. Until I learned they play like Eldar, but we'll try to make do as we can. First, before anything, we'll show you the scenario, then the lists, then the battle report itself. As always, you have timestamps if you want to skip at some specific time. Like and subscribe, all the YouTube things, you know how it works. If you put comments this summer, you can win either a Union Armada or the Wegom army for conquest, so thank you if you do that. Join us on the Discord for even more chances to gain stuff and to join a gaming community. And now, without further ado, let's present the scenarios and the lists. Here is the scenario for today. As you can see, we are fighting on an industrial icy world. We are actually, in our narrative campaign, in Greenland, where it belonged to the Danish, to the Imperium before. It was conquered by a joint operation by the Patriot Americans and the Crown. So they've been exploiting the rich minerals of this area as much as they could. Any link to real-time events that are happening now is, of course, fortuitous. And unfortunately, of course, greed took the better of mankind and the hostilities are about to start. There is a VIP somewhere in there that was... What was he doing? What was she doing? We don't even know who it is. Was it a princess?
We'll see.
Was it something else? We will see.
Maybe it's a Princess of Greenland.
Maybe it's a Princess of Greenland, absolutely. So she is in one of those three buildings. We need to explore and then to extract the VIP. So it's not an attrition game, and it's going to be more about mobility, so it should balance the things, because if my army faces his army in a plane, I lose. That's how the Crown works. But here there's going to be more of a objective play. We will explain the rules as we can, a little, like you can go in detail, all the rules are online. We'll try to tell you what happens if you're garrison, what happens if you charge and everything. But what you need to know is that these areas, you can see here, are considered as forest because we don't have forest terrains, icy forest terrain. So we're going to use this as forest, and later on we will try to find solutions to delimit them a little bit better. But basically, if your unit is inside, you are considered to be inside a forest. Now let's start with the list, and let's start with what people most know about Armoured Clash, the Crown. Zongo, can you present us your list? What do you bring? I see two giant.
Yeah, I'm bringing the big boys today. So I have one Sovereign Landship, which is my commander actually.
Okay.
And it's transporting this big unit of 12 riflemen.
Oh yeah, right. It's a transport.
It is a transport, yeah. With some armaments, you know, but still it's a transport.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
I'm also bringing the big gun version, so the Monarch Landship.
The Monarch? Wow.
Yeah, with huge guns. We'll see how it goes in play.
It shoots one every 2 turns, but when it shoots, you feel
it. Yeah,
probably.
I'm bringing 4 Scottish walkers.
Okay.
So yeah, a very cool unit, very versatile.
Yes, very cool.
Yeah, they can shoot, they can CQB, so we'll see how it goes.
I'm losing a bit on the infantry and everything.
Yeah, one of my favorites, so the Horse Guards.
Yes.
Yeah, they look so cool, so I'm kind of forced to play them.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm not too sure they're good, but we'll see.
They do punch hard.
Yeah. On lights.
Only melee. Yeah, only on lights.
Yeah, on lights.
So
I'm also bringing the tanks, so first unit of 4... Was it Galahads?
Galahads.
Yeah, excellent. So excellent unit, very tough.
Unkillable.
Yeah.
In our test games, they were extremely tough.
Well, I think the motto of the Crown is to be tough. So
yeah, tough and shoot from far away.
A bit slow, but tough.
Yeah, that's true.
To counterbalance the slowness of my army, I'm bringing 2 units of jetpackers, so they call the Spitfire rockets. Yeah,
it's
really
those
fast
that
units.
jump from the aircraft in Dystopian Wars when you send some Spitfires with jetpacks. Now,
yeah, some units in Dystopian Wars
are.
have the Spitfire rockets special rules. So yeah, here we see them.
One pack of 8, one pack of 4.
I have also there's a Tristan, so they're
Tristan, so it's the Galahad version transport. It's a Land Raider. It has even a rule called Assault Ramp.
It's basically a Land Raider, and it's transporting 8 sappers, so a kind of elite close combat infantry, and the special rules that allows me to project this unit very fast. So
basically, you can move far with the Tristan, move out and charge and punch.
Yeah, so it's like, I think it's a 30 inches stretch range.
Yeah, something like 25, but very far.
Yeah, we'll see.
Then
and another unit of 2 Galads, because why not?
Of course.
Why not? And a small unit of command riflemen, because I had to
with the special commander in resin.
Yeah.
That is right there. Okay, that's the crown. That's a lot of firepower ready to hold the center, especially with those guys, which is basically half of your list in terms of points.
Yeah, almost,
Yeah.
Almost.
And I will need to I cannot win a fight straight on, so I will need to make sure I play the objective. Because on my side, the Union, as you can see, I go with a lot more infantry and cavalry because that's how the Union rolls. I will start with this big pack of 15 Eagle cavalry. So they are actually robot automatas, so they're a bit tougher than the basic cavalry, which basic cavalry is basically as tough as human infantry. So I have a full strength pack right here. Full strength pack as well of those automatas. So they are heavy mechs, and they have Gatlings, and they're good in melee against tanks. So I'm counting on them a little bit. They're also one of the only heavy units to be in lockstep, and they can cover my infantry and everything that is behind them. Very good. One land train, because of course I have to bring a land train. I have like 3 of them already.
It's mandatory, actually.
Yeah, you have to. It's in the rules somewhere, probably.
I think probably.
So land train and 2 garrisons, because the problem with the attack version of the wagons is that you cannot link them together, so you barely make a point of damage here and there, if you're lucky, so it's not very great. The first wagon of garrison has a full, like a 12 stands of infantry plus 4 Gatlings, so it's quite good actually, plus it has Gatlings himself. The second pack, the second New Haven garrison, has 8 pacifiers. They're very good with flamethrowers or with punch to get the infantry out of buildings, plus 4 Tesla bots for a little bit of anti-heavy firepower. 4 Iron Hides are going to be my main projection. They're going to charge forward and project, again, 12 infantry and 4 Gatlings. I'm very happy about so many Gatlings against tanks. And then 4 Lamplighters, which are Iron Hides with flamethrowers, a bit better. And they transport, again, 8 pacifiers and 4 Tesla bots. Here, a little command platoon with all the flags to stay in the back and give them a health special command. 5 Iron Horse here with Vanguard, another 5 Iron Horse with Vanguard, and finally a big pack of 6 Rolling Thunders, because someone at some point is going to have to try to face down the armored might of the crown. That's it for the list and the scenario. Let's see who will conquer Greenland, probably the crown, but at least who will get the VIP out. This might be the Union, we're not sure about this yet. Let's meet after the end of the deployment. All right, we finished our deployment phase. He let me deploy first, but I have less activation, so I finished earlier. I will have first activation at the beginning of turn 1. We did the Vanguard's move as well, and yeah, it's gonna be quite an aggressive game. Zongo, do you want to tell us what is your plan with the deployment, which troops are where, and what do you plan to do? I can see that you already pushed some units down the board.
So I pushed the Tristan with the sappers inside with Fallen Hope.
Okay.
The idea would be essentially either to put pressure on your units, so you have this big
I have a big pack of
heavy units that's quite vulnerable to the sapper CQB.
I do have sponsons, but yeah.
Yeah, or the trainers as well.
Absolutely.
Or I could scout one of the objectives.
Absolutely, as well. Yeah, that's true. It's an attack action, but yeah, you can do it.
I tried to have my Rocketeers at range from different objectives. So this small unit is actually within 20 inches of each of the 3 objectives. So
so okay, it can really go anywhere. So okay, you play the objective as well, not just the attrition.
And this unit, for the 2 of them.
Okay.
So it's cool. And I have this big unit of 12 riflemen that's transported
Inside the Sovereign.
inside the Sovereign. So,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
it would be to push either this one or this one.
Yeah, sounds fair.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, I didn't realize you had so much projection and you already have 1, 2, 3 units on the objectives. So
yeah, my Iron Horse, thanks to Atlak on the Discord that said like, yeah, play the objective with Iron Horses. I'm very happy I can put them forward and pressure them. They're not great in combat, but they're perfect for making the mission and the objectives.
So we'll see how it goes. But
okay.
I'm not too sure about my plan right now.
4 big tanks here.
Yeah, I tried to put the two wings.
Monarch in front here. There is a cavalry in front of the train. We'll see how that goes as well.
Yeah, well, I have to try the cavalry and the train. Absolutely.
Okay. On the side of the Union, so I did quite a few pre-moves. My heavy mechs, I'm putting them here, hoping they will be able to be at least concealed from the terrain and to give some penalty, even if they are not hidden. So 1 unit of Iron Horse here, they cannot hide completely, but if he shoots with them on concealed bikers, I think it's a win for me. Lamplighters here, currently in the forest, but ready to jump out and push their troops on the objectives to scout. My big pack of Eagles that were here, they were supposed to be hidden behind the robots because they actually block line of sight for units behind. So I'm probably going to move them here, waiting for the next turn. A big pack of tanks here, they don't ignore the forest penalty, so they don't shoot as good when they shoot out of a forest. But since I'm not trying to kill them, I'm just trying to survive, I think that's a good plan to keep them here. He does have some units ready to jump on me, but I also have some Sponson Gatlings, so if he charges, I will be able to have some attacks. I'm not sure if he's gonna save me, but it will help. Finally, I have my train here. I'm not sure what is my plan with it, except I'm gonna push forward, drop bunkers left and right, and try to gain some time. And maybe if I can make the VIP escape on my train, I consider this a moral victory.
That would be so cool. So cool.
Absolutely. And I have also Iron Horses here trying to hide, and finally 4 Iron Hides with infantry ready to make some projection. My commander is staying here, just trying to stay alive. And this is the one that I'm supposed to try to keep alive because it's the one that give them hell. And this one gives me a bonus. I'm not sure what it is. Whatever it is. I think it gives a bonus to capturing objective. Doesn't matter that much. Okay, this is going to be the beginning of the first turn. We'll try to show you, maybe not every single activation, but we'll try to show you at least how attacks work, damage work, charges work, etc., etc. But again, big-sized game. We are not going to film every single activation. Let's go for the first turn. Okay, first activation, and a couple things happened already. I activated my tanks first to shoot on the Monarch, and he played a card secretly, and I cancelled it because now, unlike what happens with Dystopian Wars, first he says, I'm gonna play a card, then I put a card as well, blindly, and we reveal both at the same time. I cancel his temptation, like he's trying to shoot my Galads on my Rolling Thunders, and then I succeeded in give them hell to my Rolling Thunders on the Monarch. What's gonna happen? I'm gonna have 16 dices with, I'm gonna aim, but it's I'm shooting out of the forest, so it's not as good. But at least what it's going to mean is that I'm gonna have 16 dices. What happens? I'm gonna just make a quick, this is all the faces. There are 2 faces of strikes, each of them is 1 hit. This is like an explosive, so it's 2 hits in one, plus you roll another dice only once, and like in Dystopian Wars, where as long as you make 6s, you can keep rolling. Blanks are always a failure. If you are middle-sized, like no bonus, no malus, you can reroll this. If you are super good because you have lots of aiming bonuses through cards, through actions, etc., you reroll this one as well, so you have 2 rerolls. And if you are very bad because you're in a very difficult situation and you make a weakened attack, you don't reroll any of those. So basically, the more you have bonus, the more rerolls you get. And since I have give them hell, it means the normal strikes are also going to count for 2 hits. So I'm really counting on this. 16 dice. I need to make 25 hits if I want to reduce the firepower of the Monarch before he obliterates something. Come on, come on, come on. Good that I put the give them hell because I only make single strikes. Rerolling those because I aim, but I don't. I have a little malus because I am in the forest, so I don't reroll those. And 1 single explosive. Okay, I'm really happy I used give them hell. Yeah, that is going to be 22 hits. So that is going to be indeed 4 points of damage, which is okay, but not enough to make the last whole point and degrade the monarch, unfortunately, and I automatically get a suppressed token. Okay, of course, he activates the monarch before I can do something else and cripple it, like to the first floor. He's shooting light attacks on this, heavy attack on this, and the big gun is gonna shoot also on the train. He's gonna try to really make a lot of damage before I can do anything, and he just might because he's not that tough. First, 13 dice on the train, devastating, so the extra damage will count. 4 explosives. I am very lucky, as you can see, because it is durable. I always say durable is not so good, not so good. On infantry, that's true. On tanks, this means that it only makes 7 hits, so I lose only 1 point.
No, 2.
One.
You have 4.
I have damage. Devastating. Right. And since I have defense 4, he needs to make multiple. It's basically armor in Dystopian Wars. He needs to make multiple. He makes only 1 time the defense, so I lose 1 wound on my damage limit of 8. But he is also devastating, so I take a 2nd point of damage. Now the huge cannon of the monarch is shooting everything. Can shoot once every 2 turns. He's shooting on my poor Lakota, so it's gonna be 17 dice.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let's pray.
Yeah, c'est nul.
Yeah.
Ah ouais, mais bon.
Eh ben, I take another 3 points of damage.
Ouais.
On the, so devastating doesn't work because it's exactly what it needs to be. So there is not an extra point of damage to be converting through devastating. So I take 3 points of damage, 5 in total. So it means I am crippled to the level, like middle level of cripplingness. Crippledness. Not sure of the correct word, but yeah. So we know who's gonna activate next. Some pro gaming move here. Absolutely not. And I activated my train before he gets crippled. He just needed 1 hit more to go to the next level of being crippled. And he moved forward, shot with Give Them Hell, doing 16 hits because I did a great job, great roll. So 3 wounds on the monarch. He's at the next level of being crippled. So I'm feeling a little bit safer now. I also detached my both wagons, which then move 3 inches at the end of their movement. And they just need to be a little bit more than 1 inch away from each other. So with the inertia, let's say that they keep moving a little bit, they're not gonna move anymore, but I put them here so the infantry can make a move like a disembark and then get inside the garrison. But my main idea as well is that the New Heavens themselves can have fields of fire so that they can shoot on the left and on the right, and they can shoot on the buildings which are taller than them with their Gatlings, protecting them. Next activation, the big pack of Galahad. Couple more activations. The Galahad moved forward. I was saved by being in the forest for the rerolls, even though it will slow me down later on. He only did 1 point of damage with not a great roll. Yeah, like a lot of things he could have rerolled if it was a bit easier for him. Then I activated those guys before he can do the same here and destroy one of my vehicles, so I made a double move and parked here. Knowing though that I have a special rule on my transport specifically called bailout, which means that if one of the transport is destroyed, I can disembark immediately. I will be suppressed, yes, but it means I don't lose the troops that are inside, so I'm very happy here. It's really an army that plays with the hordes of mechanized infantry and over-activating on top of the opponent. Is it such a gameplay that I love? I'm not sure, but I like the Union in general. So let's try to make this work for now. I think I'm good in terms of objectives, even though I shot all my anti-tank weapons already, and he still has all his armored phalanx moving forward. I completely give up the idea of killing him, but I will try to survive and run away with the VIP, making me think we need to start investigating the buildings. We are moving on. The Spitfires moved here, double move, and since it cannot make special action like attack or putting in garrison, it just hide here. What I did is I put all my infantry out of the trucks into the garrison. It looks very beautiful, I'm very happy of this. I have 1 die roll, and if I make a 6, the princess is in the castle. Let's have an heroic strike. No, it was right there, but no, the princess is not here. Let's continue with the next activation of the crown, because garrisoning is a special action, so getting into a building consumes your attack phase, except if you have special rule like storming party, etc. Okay, a couple more activations happened. I did 1 point of damage moving all my bikes here. He shot with the Sovereign on my bikes, killing 2 of them, and on my heavy mechs, killing 3 of them. And now he disembarks here. Why? Because it's the second objective, and he really wants the objective, the VIP, to be here. And since you only have 1 chance out of 6, it's best to search the objective you don't want to find your VIP for, so it's automatically at the last one. I can absolutely see the point. We will see if it works out well for him. So they disembark within 3, then make a single move of like 5, and then they can embark with their attack phase. Very well. Now is the time of rolling the die.
Yeah.
He really doesn't want to make an heroic strike.
I know. Please don't be heroic, you guys.
Please don't be a 6.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so the objective, the VIP, is obviously going to be here.
We failed as we wanted to fail.
Okay, so as expected, I moved my infantry that was in this new haven here, and I took control of this building, finally finding the VIP that is right here. I have just enough space for my guys, and I put the Gatlings in the rear. The VIP is not the Princess of Greenland, it's a weird wizard that they found in the containers here, but apparently he is the VIP, so we will try to bring him out of here
super
alive.
important, okay?
He says he will only talk to the president.
Bring me to the
So
president.
we will try to bring him there. Now the only question is, will I survive long enough, and will we manage to leave all the way back there, knowing that my garrison from which they emerged cannot move once again. They are now fixed. We'll see how that works out for me. And the answer of the crown, the nobles are charging. They cannot garrison the building, but they can make a melee attack on the brave Americans defending the building. I have defensive advantage, so I will strike first with my 6 dice, and he only counts half of his models, so he counts as the minimum level of reinforcements. So he's gonna have only 9 dice, and I will have 6. Let's see how that goes. Does it? Yeah, I have one reroll. Not sure it's gonna save me. It makes a 3rd. Yeah, that's 1 horse killed somehow. And then melee attacks from the horse. I don't have the +1 defense because it's only against shooting attacks.
Yeah. So
I was kicked out of the building, and they used a card to make overrun and make a second charge. Technically, the building is supposed to be blocking, but let's say
it's so cool. It is so cool.
It's the time, like, the rule says no, it blocks the line of sight, blah, 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 but it's so cool to have the cavalry charging after it. So now we strike at the same time. I still have 6 dice. He has more, much more. But
I don't reroll.
Yeah, but he doesn't have any reroll this time. I'm not sure it's going to save me. Let's see who survives from this. On my side,
Woof.
and good attacks from both. I do have rerolls because there is no bonus neither malus for me. Let's see how it goes. And now I have 3 explosives. Now 3 explosives. They're really proud Americans. I kill 4 of them with this. He kills 3 of my guys, so I win actually the melee combat.
Believe it or not.
It's the power of the princess that protects us. And the British cavalry is pushed back by the brave Americans. Greenland is ours.
Greenland is ours.
The people of Greenland asks for a liberation. Do you have something to say? The great people of Greenland
wants to be part of the US.
So let's bring them proper democracy. Okay, next quite cool activation that's gonna happen after this epic charge from the Horse Guard cavalry out there. I moved my lamplighters here, so we're gonna shoot with our flamethrowers on those guys with torrent weapons, so cancelling basically all the defensive advantage that they have. And then I move them here for the beauty, but they're gonna just deploy like within 3 inches, blah, blah, blah. But for the beauty, it's gonna be like this. They will, after the first flaming of the lamplighters, they are going to charge and storm the building with storming party, probably leaving the Tesla not far from them. And we will try to reclaim this. It serves no purpose. I don't have any other light units, but we want to show you the game, and they are purpose-made to clear out light infantry from buildings. So let's see if they succeed. We will make the rolls and see what happened at the end. Okay, actually we checked the rules and it's a bit weird for the storming party and the pacifiers and everything. So I did some shooting with both my units because my pacifiers could not charge the building. They technically can garrison as a movement, but technically the assault is not going into garrison, it's storming a garrison. And then it's part of the the charging move. And so you need to have your movement phase free to do that, to make a storming of the garrison. However, it's already taken this movement action by disembarking. So you can disembark, but then you cannot go into a garrison, and because you don't have assault ramp and stuff. I kind of understand it would be very strong otherwise, but it means that pacifiers are not very happy to be in transport, but they have to be in transport anyway, because otherwise they will just melt. And well, I'm not sure what the rule is supposed to be. Anyway, I shot at them, killing half of them with flamethrowers especially. And in the end, they are suppressed and only 6 of them survived. And my Tesla bots, with their anti-tank weapons, did 2 points of damage on one of the Galahad. So I'm quite happy with them. They're good anti-tanks, as was expected of them. Next activation, those guys shot on those guys, making them at half strength, good. And he got tired. He was trying to optimize with assault ramp, but he realized...
I tried to understand
the
rules, and I gave up. I basically gave up. So.
Currently, if you move with the Tristan to use assault ramp, it means the Tristan forget their shooting, and that was a bit sad. So it was like, maybe then I move here, I disembark, shoot with one, shoot with the other, no? And he was like, no, let's do the cool thing. Let's go here. Tristan don't shoot, sure, but at least those guys are gonna charge with wreckers. Let's say with hammers and mines and stuff, they're gonna try to destroy the train. They have a bonus because they are infantry against against vehicles. Infantry against armored get a bonus in their melee attacks. So, well, that's gonna be 12 dice. They might kill it outright. 9 hits, it destroy the Lakota Land train outright.
Does it explode?
Does it explode? We'll check the rules for the exploding super heavies. And without much surprise, they kill outright the Lakota, which doesn't have, indeed, the rule Spectacular Damage, so it cannot explode, but it is wrecked, and next turn, he will be able to get into garrison inside. However, I will really try hard to make sure that he does not get this opportunity. Okay, next activation, my pacifiers went out, killing 3 stands only with a poor roll, and they succeed their morale, so I'm very proud of this. But the Tesla bots did 12 hits, which was the stats actually, on the Tristan, and killing one of them outright. And I don't know if he succeeded the morale test. I don't even think they have morale tests when they are vehicle. No, they don't have break limits, but do they have morale? So yeah, actually, yes, tanks do have a morale test, and he failed his morale, so quite happy with that. One thing we wanted, because we were really trying to get our heads around garrisoning and storming party and assault ramps and everything. Assault ramps is quite easy. It's just like the vehicle cancels its shooting to disembark, and then the infantry is free. So we said like it faster as you can charge after moving, but it's really, you can do everything. You can take aim, you can take cover and everything. And that's what the Tristan do. However, the storming party, we still have this question about, can you attack in your garrison step? That's not sure. You can get inside a garrison, but can you attack? We're not sure at all. And the thing that is a bit weird, but we need to get our heads around, is that you can indeed move the vehicle, the infantry disembarks, and then you get in a garrison if the vehicle is within 3 inches of a building. And that's what I did here. For example, I moved the vehicle, going out in my movement phase, attack, getting into the garrison. One thing that we misplayed, but we're not going to change it, is here, because it disembarked, moved, and actually it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Seriously,
it's not okay. It's not okay.
I let you the full interpretation of this.
You cannot move. When you disembark, you cannot move because it consumes your entire movement step. So you cannot disembark, move, and attack to make a special attack and getting to garrison. Okay. Now that this has been clarified, that disembark takes your whole movement, let's continue. We are reaching the end of turn 1, and it went way better. We were discussing this, way better for the Union than we expected. And we'll talk about it in the debrief and the thing, but I am supposed to be glass cannon, and I am, but he's supposed to be tanky, and he doesn't have much firepower in exchange. And in the end, I don't know why, but so far, maybe my rolls, maybe something, but I did survive quite well, and I'm quite happy with this. And so far, the princess is here, like protected. By the way, last activation, yeah, my guys here wiped out the little Scottish, and he failed his morale test. So break limit of 1, only one model fails the morale, he is breaking, and he disappears, so he wipes out. So I guess it's a rule to make sure there is not like one stand going around running too often. So I am broken, but I have the princess, and he will probably try to kill me before I move. I have no way to handle the 2 behemoth, but he is not killing me fast enough, I think. So I really need turn 2 to take the princess and run away. Like, otherwise, end of turn 2, I think it's not going to be the same status at all. You will barely lose any tank, and I will lose half of my army. So now, can the Americans run away fast enough? We'll see. Okay, first activation, I got my initiative, and I charged with my robots this guy. I did 3 points of damage. He has 9 left with my 15 dice, because yes, they're still at full strength. They didn't receive enough loss. And at the end, since it was a stalemate, because nobody had any loss, because he has impact, so he cannot retaliate with melee. In the end, it was a stalemate, so I withdraw myself. Nobody takes a suppression test, and I move back 3 inches. Okay, guys, it's getting difficult for the Union. The engineers are charging here. My Gatling wiped out the horse guard, so that was very good. However, all the engineers are charging my tanks. They're already suppressed, so if they fail and I fail my morale, I fail my everything, and I lose the melee, I don't only pull back from 3 inches because I lose the fight. I lose my entire speed movement because I'm falling back all the way away from the battle. So I don't want this. I have 3 sponson attacks. I need at least 2 hits to make him go to the lower rank of attacks. Please, please, please.
Yeah, it's good.
It's enough? Oh, putain. Thank you, Zongo. From 12 dice to 4. This is a good sponson attack. I was always saying like sponson is like 3 dice. It's not, well, it's specifically in this type of situation
it's very
that sponson is good.
It's very situational.
Next activation, my pacifiers charged here, taking 1 loss but killing 2 of the crown soldiers. So they took the building. And my Tesla stayed here. They become suppressed because they're not so close at the end of the activation. But they did manage by taking aim to destroy one of the Galahads. He used his crown special ability to choose the card that he will use from his hand for the morale. So he auto passes the morale test. Next activations, my pacifiers here shot. You can actually shoot through the tank. He's a size higher, but it doesn't matter. There were some infantry hidden there that were obscured, but anyway, malus over malus over malus, still I just don't have rerolls. So I shot on the infantry that was hidden here, some Spitfires. There was 8 of them that were wiped out by the pacifiers. And the Teslas did a good roll and did 2 points of damage on the Monarch. Damn, like 4 Tesla bots at the good range do pack a lot of punch with the arc weapons. They are indeed, as was expected, the anti-tank of the Union, but you need to get close. The one thing that we are quite shocked is that the Crown feels like it's supposed to be the vanilla faction, but damn, they lack some impactful rules. Like those guys that are melee infantry against shooty infantry in a garrison and they lose and they fall back and they're broken. It's like, wow. Well, to be fair, there was only one guy dead in difference. And I could have been kicked out and demoralized and everything. But still, that infantry in cover is powerful. Infantry in the plains, damn, do they die fast. And the fact that you can shoot behind any unit, tanks, infantry, etc., yes, with the malus, but still, makes the game very lethal. Like there is very little way to save yourself. Okay, guys, we just started the activation of this guy. We're really laughing because he shot on those guys with taking aim and everything. And he did this roll with every roll. So he did 3 hits because I am durable. I have 2 wounds per guy, per Tesla bot. They cost 50 points for 4 stands. And this counts as 3 hits. So I lose 1 wound on my Teslas. And let's remember, I did 2 wounds on this guy. So I think in a duel, I might win in the end. Of course, he has other weapons, other things, and etc. But it's quite impressive.
Yeah, but I cost 10 times as much as you.
Yeah. That is fun. That is fun.
Yeah, it's super fun. We're having fun.
And now he's shooting with his anti-heavy weapons, again, those guys. Okay, guys, we are reaching the end of turn 2, and I think we're going to stop here because few activations happened. I was way over-activating. Those guys did a point of damage on this guy. It's going to be the end of turn 2, and we are not going to play turn 3 because the victory is going to be obviously for the Union. I think we're still going to make a few activations after out of us, like without the camera, because our microphones are running out of battery. But we'll tell, like I will put in the comment if it really switches up. But I can tell you how it ends. And it ends with most of the Crown infantry, which again was indeed 500 points worth of infantry, has been wiped out. There is like those guys that didn't manage to kill anything on the poor Tesla bots, like good Tesla bots. Here, this guy has like one model left. The sappers were wiped out by the Ironhide that were coming anyway to pick up the princess. Which was princess. The VIP that was caught by the bikers in the attack phase, ready to run away. And those bikers here tried to attack the landship, died from the sponsons, and did no points of damage. Well, it was worth a try. We we played the initiative for the beginning of turn 3, and indeed the bikers have initiative. I had a better card, so of course they are going to run away as fast as they can. Double move, going either through this forest, either behind this forest, and turn 4 they're just going to exit the map. What we are surprised is that the attrition is not that bad in favor of the Union. Like we expected the Crown to just steamroll everything, and the tanks are tanky. Like I killed basically one tank, but they did not do as much damage back than as we expected. We thought it would be like a steamroll and I would barely hold a couple turns. No, not at all. So this is the situation at the end of turn 2. Some Union is standing the line, holding the line. The Crown has mounting losses and victory for the Union. Let's go for the debriefing. Okay, we hope that you enjoyed the game and that you had a good time playing this. If we made any mistakes, and we probably did quite a few, let us know in the comments. Like there are some rules that we were reading, but it plays a little bit different. So take our comments on what we're going to say about the balance with this pinch of salt. Maybe there is huge things that we missed. I played 3 days ago to discover the game, a lower points game with my Union, and I was almost wiped out, and I felt like they were very glass cannony. Especially against artillery and everything. Like the Union artillery is terrible, and I play more into the infantry side of the Union, and it went really well. The Union is very fun to play with lots of mechanized infantry, which is the gameplay that I love. Move you transport, you get into buildings, very, very fun. The robots are tanky when you take them in big scores. Same for the Iron Eagle cavalry. I'm really happy with everything. The Rolling Thunder did not get much damage, but they didn't do much damage either. I think that was the point when I put them in the little forest. Overall, I'm very surprised at the Union. They're very lethal, especially with Give Them Hell, which changed once I lost my command ability. But Give Them Hell is already important for Union in Dystopian Wars. I think it's even more important in Armoured Clash. Like you gain such. It's a huge, like I wouldn't say double, but close. It makes me go to the point when I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna spam the normal battle group of the Union to have redundant sources because I don't want the secondary battle groups to conquer objective with tanks. Union tanks are not that great. Just give them hell, play as Eldars, and be OP and wipe out your enemy before they strike you back. The best defense is a good offense, right? So happy of the Union. I was very happy with all of it. The Lakota is fun. Like it's very fun to have your train going around. We do have a scenario that will not spoil, but let's just say that he has a lot of cavalry. I have like 3 trains. We might do a scenario like this at some point. And the Crown is tough, but I did handle it better than 3 days ago. Was it dice? Was it luck? Was it lazy building? I don't know. I think the Crown without artillery is not really the Crown, and we'll see the debriefing. But I really got so much less loss today compared to a few days ago that I'm like, something changed. My list didn't change that much, so there must have been a change in the list of the Crown. That's it. Again, the game is very fun. That's true. I didn't debrief on the game system. It's very fluid. We learn very fast. Like of course, there is a lot of special rules, a bit less than Dystopian Wars, but still quite a lot. Especially the thing about garrisoning, transport.
Line of sight as well.
Line of sight is a bit weird. Like you need to, yes, you can shoot through tanks, you can shoot through units, you can move through your own units. Yes, your tank can go through cavalry. Like, okay, sure. So you need to get used to this, but the system at least is very fluid, especially this system of like having few ranks, like light attacks, heavy attacks. having these 3 different types, so you don't have to count which model, etc. It makes it extremely fast when I compare to many other epic scale games like Epic Armageddon, which takes forever to play because you need to think of everything. This is very fluid, very fast. The first time we finished this early for a game at 2,000 points. In Dystopian Wars,
compared to Dystopian Wars,
in Dystopian Wars it will be very different, and it's not that long game Dystopian Wars either when I compare to 40k. So Armoured Clash, very happy with the system, goes very fast. You learn fast the base of the game, and I guess to make the good combo and learn what unit goes where and make a balanced list, and it's going to take more time. But the base of the game is good, and you can teach it to even players that are new to war games, I think, because there is a lot of abstraction in this. Zongo, what did you think?
Well, I had fun.
That's good.
Was most important.
That's good. That's why we are here.
Yeah, this table was looking gorgeous, it's really nice.
That's true.
And we had this fun scenario with the VIP being not a princess as expected, but some
and we
some weird old
the fight in Greenland was very fun and everything. We had a lot of laugh like outside of the camera at the table.
So it was a good time. And as you said, the game mechanism was quite fluid, and it's easy to handle.
Yeah.
Now when it comes to balance, maybe I made a lot of mistakes. Probably I made a lot of mistakes. And I wanted to bring an armored division.
Yeah,
so with a lot of tanks, with 2 big tanks.
Yeah.
And apparently it doesn't work.
Yeah, like
there's a problem because
the big tanks, the big behemoth of the crown,
they're super costly.
And they don't do much. Like, okay, you don't. I was about to say you don't kill them, but they do lose wounds. Like, they have only 12 wounds, defense 5. They're not invincible at all. Yes, it takes some firepower to get them down, but for 500 points, like the Monarch, his big gun shoots once every 2 turns, so you will cripple him for sure in the first 2 turns before he can shoot again.
It's way too costly.
Yeah, I think so too. To be honest, I thought he shot every turn when I looked at the data sheet again, like not during the Orbat review, but today.
Yeah.
And when I realized he shoots only every 2 turns, I was like, really? Like even if it shot every turn, I wouldn't be shocked at all. And I'm not sure it would be OP. And well, it's how it is. It's still tough and very fun, and it's like I don't know if you can see it on I put a wide angle, but I hope you can see it. It's very beautiful, the Monarch and the Sovereign, but especially the Monarch. I think the balance is getting created, but I expected the game to be like the Sovereign and the Monarch to be completely OP and do a lot of damage. Yes, they're tanky, but they're not that much, and especially in terms of firepower, I expected a lot more from them.
It's a bit disappointing.
Oh, well, but it's a beautiful miniatures, and again, it's the
first, you have to play this.
It's the first months of the game. It will change. We know the balance in Dystopian Wars was. In the beginning of 3rd edition, it was something, huh?
Yeah, it's true.
So it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. New factions, new ways to play.
And well, compared to you, I felt a bit like the Empire in Warhammer Battle, where you are the vanilla faction. Well, I played.
You are the vanilla faction.
Faction. And I don't have special rules. You know.
Yeah,
you always have the adequate rules to storm a building, to shoot.
Yeah, that's true.
To pinpoint, to move from wherever you wanted, and I had nothing.
Yeah, you are more like made for plane battles, but you don't have the firepower to punch back. Your tanks are tanky, but they don't do that much damage. And again, we are just discovering, so maybe it's because I had full strength tanks and he didn't. I also had full strength cavalry and full strength mechs, like the robots, so maybe this impacted a lot. So again, take with a huge hand fist of salt what we're saying, but that's how we felt this game. And again, the previous game we played 3 days ago with lots of crown artillery,
maybe
almost wiped me out. Like I was wiped out.
Yeah,
like the indirect artillery just wiped out one entire infantry division each time. The Mordred.
Well, but we didn't play the rules as they were supposed to be played. I think.
We'll see. Like,
I don't remember.
Next time we will master the rules better.
Yeah, sure.
The point is, the crown is vanilla faction. It's very simple. You don't have many funky rules. The Union is the Eldars. The game system is fun, and you're gonna have a lot more battle reports coming. One of our friends is coming to play Covenant with Unpainted Army, so we will actually not record it because we try not to put Unpainted Army. But next time when it's painted, we're gonna see some Covenant on the channel for sure. Our friend Valentin Avner is having his army Empire finishing like painted right now, so expect the Empire as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And expect crazy scenarios, 2v2, free-for-alls, because I know you love free-for-alls.
Of course, of course.
So expect some new scenarios and a lot more of Armoured Clash in the future. And if you want more Armoured Clash, do let us know through thumbs up. That's very good. Subscribe, even better. And a comment, of course, to let us know. And if you really want to join the community, of course, go in our Discord, Love Wargames. We have a lot of wargaming through video games. We're going to have Supreme Commander soon. We have some Helldivers often. Lots of different things, not all steampunk. And also we try to organize in Paris, but we have a few other communities as well, wargaming sessions for specifically mostly epic scale games like Dystopian Wars, Epic, Legion, and Imperialis and stuff. And also for Conquest, if you like this game, which is amazing, you should. All right, I think we said everything. Any last word for the crown?
We'll do better next time.
Okay, very good. And we are very happy to have the princess out of the garbage.
Yeah.
We'll see what he had to say to the president. Expect, like, this is of course going to be part of the narrative campaign, so expect to see this weird wizard soon later on. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself, guys, and remember to keep things fair in love and war games. Bye.